Hey there, everybody! Welcome back to the qualifying rounds for Lions Tournament 10. I'm Michael Bolton III here with wonderfully bearded Lazarus Tellraven. We are going to see Chokepoint Dot versus Fluffeh Bunneh Murder Squad. Tell us about these teams, Lazarus Tellraven.
For Chokepoint, we have a dual Mercurial setup with three Griffins and a Daredevil, so you're going to see ECM and some autocannons from that side. Then you have Hurricane, Oneros, Blackbird, Deimos, and Enyo for the Fluffeh Bunneh team. You're going to see a lot of DPS on this Mercurial side with these jams. It's going to be interesting to see how long these Griffins can stay alive, because as you can see, there is no logistics for the Chokepoint side.
Yeah, they are about 50k from each other, which is going to give these Griffins just enough time to sort of spread out. These Griffins, if they get caught, will die instantly, but if they remain alive, their ECM is so strong and such a big factor in this match. Another important thing to note, you guys can't see this on the stream, but Fluffeh Bunneh Murder Squad all has like +5 sex status, so they have ratted hard to earn these ships, ran a lot of missions, versus the evil Chokepoint, like -2, -3 sex status. So we're rooting for the good guys this time.
Then you see jams being spread across the Griffins for the Chokepoint side, but the Griffin jams are only on the Hurricane and Deimos. They're trying to get that DPS out of the fight instead of jamming that logistics. I'm not sure if that's going to pay off for them. If I was in their shoes, I would definitely be trying to get jams off on that Oneros. All DPS currently switching from the Deimos to the Hurricane for the Chokepoint side, so they realize they can't break the Tech 2 buffer tank of the Deimos, so they're switching over to the Hurricane.
Well, I'm interested that the Blackbird on the Fluffeh Bunneh team is constantly trying to jam out these Griffins. If those don't hit, I feel like it's really wasted, because all you're doing, like, they don't have a logistics to jam out, so I would almost go for the Mercurial, because if those Mercurials are jammed, there's nothing the team can do.
Yeah, you can see, if you look at the Mercurials, you can see they both have ECCM coming, the effect coming off their ships, so they have a relatively decent sensor strength, so it's going to be a little bit harder to jam those, whereas if you can take out those Griffins, free up your DPS to go after the Griffins, then that Blackbird's going to have do a better job.
Now, Fluffeh Bunneh team, do you think that this is really the optimized close-range setup that they could bring? Like, because it seems a little scattered. I'm wondering what the plus sides to this are, as opposed to some of the other more common close-range setups we've seen.
The Hurricane is a great ship. I'm not sure why they would decide to bring the Deimos, though. I think they probably would have been better off with another battlecruiser. And I'm also not sure why the Mercurials haven't just shot that Blackbird out of the sky.
Well, we're about to lose a Daredevil here for the Chokepoint team. Daredevil is a strong ship. It's real hard to lose it. Not as bad as losing one of the Griffins or the. Actually, I would prefer to lose the Griffin before I lost the Daredevil. But we shall see how they play.
The big thing about the Daredevil is it does have the web bonus as well. So that was a big proponent for tackling that Enyo or tackling any of the ships on the other side. Right now, it does look like somewhat of a stalemate between the Mercurials trying to out DPS those reps. They really need to either go for that Oneros, take out the Blackbird, or just find some way to get that logistics off the field.
I don't think they need to take out the Blackbird as much as they need to take out the logistics. Right now, that Blackbird is focusing on a single Griffin. That's the only thing it's jamming. Oh, just switch over to 2 Griffins.
Right, but if you were able to free up the Griffins from being jammed by the Blackbird, you would be able to get the Griffin jams onto the Oneros, effectively disabling that logistics for at least 30 seconds for that jam to cycle.
Yeah, I think that with only 2 Mercurials worth of DPS, they really just need to kill the logistics, because if your jam cycles don't hit right, they can climb back up. It can sort of be it's a rolling the dice sort of thing, just like all ECMUs.
Yep. Yeah, as you see, the 2 Mercurials are switching DPS to the Blackbird, whereas you see the Griffin going down. Oh, it just went down very quickly on the Chokepoint side.
Well, we shall see if they can take down this Griffin. There is a lot of damage on this Enyo. I'd be interested to see if they want to pop it real quick. Enyo's one of my favorite assault frigates. Actually, my favorite assault frigate. One of my favorite frigates, period. Bouncing in and out of armor. Yeah,
I'm really surprised with how well this Fluffeh Bunneh team is doing. I definitely expected the Mercurials to have an advantage and edge here, with the range of the autocannon, just with the setup itself. But you're seeing this first Macarial entering armor. It looks like he was shield tank, so he's actually no, he is armor tank. He has the active armor rep effect on his ship. The Deimos, however, is on top of it and neuting the Macarial.
We also have simultaneously a Griffin all out of shields. Time is running out. A couple more hits and that will drop. But the Macarial's about to fall, bleeding into structure, trying to claw back that armor. That's he's slamming that overheat button as hard as he can, and finally dropping into structure. Oh, it's another rep cycle. And he got another one before he drops.
And while that's going on, the second Griffin for the Chokepoint team did die.
There we go. Continuously freeing up more and more gems. At the same time, the Blackbird dropping, and the Macarial gets another rep cycle.
It's clawing on. It's trying its hardest to hang in there. But unfortunately, I think it is over. It's just a matter of time before he runs out of cap.
There we go.
There it goes.
No, that pilot was like, oh no, stay alive.
I'm sure he had everything overheated, and I'm sure everything was just about to burn out.
We have another Griffin dropping down, almost bleeding into structure. And there we go, starting to take some structure damage. If that drops, I don't think there's much chance left.
Yeah, like I said, I'm really surprised that the Macarial team didn't fare better. I expected their Griffins to be able to get some jams off on those key ships, the Blackbird and the Logistics, and for these two autocannon males or Macarials to just take them out.
You know, this is sort of one of those times when, like, you see two setups and you go, well, that setup's not that great, and that setup's not that great, so it's pretty even. Like, maybe there was something that I didn't see. I think there's probably better ways you could work out the dual Macarial team that gives you a little more utility than Griffins. But
yeah, well, the big issue you have here is both of those faction battleships are 20 points each. That's 40 points out of 50. So everything that's supporting those two 40-point battleships have to be within those 10 points to make up the full 50 points. So your options are really limited, and your options aren't that great to fill up those slots.
Yeah, this has been an opinion I've had since the last Alliance tournament, and it's that Macarials are okay. They're going to let you beat teams that are sort of good, but you're not going to win against teams who have really thought out what they're doing with Macarials. Like, there's no setup where I'm like, yeah, that was awesome when they brought Macarials. I'm just like, oh, they brought Macarials again. Yeah, how do you feel about Macarials?
So far in the tournament, the most effective faction battleship we've seen so far is the Vindicator. Most teams have been fielding one Vindicator, not two, which gives them the extra 30 points to field the rest of their setup instead of having two faction battleships, which is the 40 points, like I was saying. So I really don't think it's a problem with the ship itself, but rather the composition that they brought it in.
Do you like Marauders more than faction battleships with the new ancillary shield booster?
For this environment, the Marauder especially is fantastic for its role. You have the extra utility high slots for nudes, cap transfers, smart bombs. So I definitely think the Marauder or the Varga would have been a better choice than the Macarial in this fight.
Do you think that the fact that bunnies are really cute and difficult to choke played a factor in this match? Because I feel like if I'm going to choke something, I want it to be like a really ugly animal, not like a fluffy bunny.
It could have been that Chokepoint thought that the fluffy bunnies were too cute to kill. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I expected the Macarials to do better in this match.
You just hate bunnies. You just kill them, bro. That's not cool, man. You can't just go around killing bunnies like that. And with the loss, oh wait, never mind.
There's still one Macarial left. Yep.
I'm bad. Sorry. Yeah, Macarial is like right on the boundary. Let's see if CCB Streaks gets to push button.
Yeah, he's coming back into the fray, but about a minute and 10 seconds left in the match. So it's gonna either they'll slowly pick through them, but I don't think they'll be able to get those other extra 20 points here at the end.
Well, yeah, I think that Macarial sort of knows where the boundary is. He's angling himself. If they want to like run the Deimos and the Hurricane into and bump him out of the boundaries, I think that's the move you want to do. Like, that's going to be the Top Gun stuff. Like, you zoom in, like, bump him, and then like try and stop your ship before you go over the ledge too. Some sick car chase moves. Gonna power slide around the edge of the cliff. It's gonna be, yeah, that's I think what needs to happen. We got the Macarial taking armor damage now, 50% armor.
It's about half armor now. About 30 seconds left in the match, so the Fluffeh Bunneh team's just racing to get those extra 20 points, put them at the full 50 points for the match.
Overheat all your stuff, Fluffeh Bunneh! Go! Come on, he's got the armor.
This Macarial, like the other ones, just holding on, overheating modules, burning out everything just to stay alive.
Oh.
Coming.
10, 5 seconds. Come on, go! Go!
Half structure. Is he gonna?
Oh,
almost.
Match is
Oh wow. He did survive. They did not get the 20 points. Yep.
Even if he dies now, he still lives. He is that armor rep. Unlike his brother, he slammed that armor rep so hard he managed to survive. That was an excellent match, and we have coming up our final match of the day. Test Alliance, please ignore my alliance versus the Godfathers, a rival alliance to test on TQ. Will it be a great match in the alliance tournament? I think so. We'll see you guys after a short break.
I'm on.